Hello, and welcome to the Lucidess podcast, where I explore everything because I believe everything is connected to everything else. And I believe in some potential within each of us that is boundless and infinitely creative and resourceful and unending. This morning is the day after I found out that the state of Utah is not going to move forward with the rape trial. It was scheduled, uh, the trial was scheduled to happen in about, I guess, 7 weeks or so. Um, and it was decided that there wasn't enough evidence to convince a jury. And it's interesting to think on the last 3.5 years when I first reported it, a lot in the political climate has changed. A lot has changed. Definitely not a Me Too friendly time. Um, I can't say I can't say I entirely that I disagree with the decision. As hard as it is for me this morning to sort of allow it to be true. I had spoken with a friend a few weeks ago saying that very thing. Like, I just don't know about, the climate has changed so much. The political climate has changed so much that I don't know if it's not a good, I knew it wasn't a good time to bring something like this forward. So I don't know their reasoning. I wasn't told anything. And I didn't ask too much either because I asked enough to know that I needed to know that, like, it wasn't my fault somehow. I hadn't done something wrong, which has been uh, a healing part of this for me. I've been so afraid the whole time that I'm going to do something wrong, that I have done something wrong, that I'm, the whole blame and shame. Anyway, so I didn't, I kind of probably got the pat answers, and that was enough to know that, hey, it's not happening. And also, part of me just trusted that it shouldn't, um, or just trusted that it isn't. It's more just like, okay, it isn't happening. Um, what's my next step? And when I was talking with my son last night, I said, I feel like a child. I feel like a child that's holding something that's been broken. And I said, it doesn't feel like an egg. Like, it's not something fragile. It's like a rock that's been broken. And I'm holding it. And I just want to walk around and say to everybody, look, it's broken. It broke. Like, it's broken. And it's not even like there's someone to blame or it's even supposed to be fixed. It's just like this acknowledgement of it's broken. It broke. And he said to me, he said, well, what's broken? And I said, whatever I've been carrying, whatever I've been carrying is broken. This big, hard, heavy thing is broke. It broke. It's broken now. And not that that's good or bad. It's just broken. It's kind of like this, whoa, like, oh my God, it's broken. I don't know what that means. Um, so it was interesting. Yesterday was like felt like a deluge, like a flood, like a huge release. It wasn't relief, big difference. It was a release. Um, but then it was like overnight. And this morning I just felt like this tension again. Like, I'm not sure how. And I wouldn't even say it's me consciously. It's almost just like my nervous system is like, okay, but how do we not do this? How do we live? How do we relax? How do we not carry this? Even though it's broken and there's nothing to carry. And So it's an interesting morning. The day after. The day after something very big and unexpected happens that, again, my judgment here is not that it's good or bad. I don't I don't I think there's a little bit of both, right? There's part of me that's like, damn it, I worked so hard. I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove that I could do it. And another part of me is like, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have to do it. I didn't want to have to go through that. I did not want to have to prove myself again. I'm tired of proving myself, right? So I have differing opinions about it within myself. And I also had the thought, where I was like, oh, so I found out on a Monday, and then the next hearing is this Friday, and that's when the defendant will find out that the state has withdrawn the case. Um, and it's also weird to think about. That will be like a day of celebration for him. He'll be like, oh my God, like, oof, like I can't even imagine how he'll celebrate, but whatever. Um, and also the other funny thing is um, the protective order is lifted. So there's no more protective order. He can reach out if he wanted to. I don't know that he has my information. I don't have his. But, there's nothing legally stopping him from reaching out, or if we see each other somewhere. I mean, we're just two people, right? Just two people living our lives. Something happened between us that is going to remain in the energetic realm, so to speak, not in the judicial realm. So it's just a lot it's just a lot of energy. And my brain hasn't even computed it. Like, it still keeps trying to go to like, oh, no, wait, oh, wait, no. It keeps like, it has a thought and then it goes, oh, no, wait, that's not how it is anymore. Oh, it's not how it is anymore. So my brain is just, mentally, it's trying to reestablish where it is. I would definitely say my nervous system is trying to recalibrate, like, what does it mean not to carry that anymore? We don't even physically quite know how. Energetically, emotionally, it's just, I was going to say it's like a roller coaster, but that's not it at all. It has actually been a very just kind of like the word I used yesterday with someone was it's a slog. This whole process has been a slog, and I feel like it's just a slog still. I'm just like slogging through these emotions. They're all heavy and deep and heavy and deep and just heavy and deep. There hasn't been a moment of like real elation, or I don't know. So the morning after, and I imagine a lot of people have morning afters where the thing has happened, and I notified people, I told people it had happened, and I was able to talk about it a little bit with some people that had time, and then you get the morning after, and it's like, it reminds me of the song by the Weepies, The World Goes Madly On. You get up and like the world is still just going, like nothing changed, right? The world is still just going on madly, and my whole world is like, whoa, I'm trying to like find myself in the madness again. Like, where do I fit in now? Where's my loop in all this? My hoop. So the morning after, I'm relieved it's over. I have a feeling it wasn't going to go well. I do, like I said, I feel like my mom had a hand in this, and I'm really just trusting that this is for the best, that I didn't need to do any more with it. I've done enough. It's time for me to move forward learning other things besides how to just, talk about and deal with the rape trial. So, um, I think it feels to me like my focus, which actually I realized it started probably about a month and a half ago, probably right about when my mom passed. So about a month and a half ago, was that it'll be all about relationships now, which is interesting because that's what I've always kind of known or felt was the important part of my journey, was relating, connecting, communicating. But it was like I've had to get, I thought, I even had the thought this morning, it was like I had to get all these things done in order to get to what I think is the most important part of my journey. Obviously not, because all these other things were important, but not only to get there. It was like they had to be done da, 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 for me to get there. One, because they needed to be done, and two, there was a preparation for me. And I think it's twofold. It's not that they were preparing me for something. I think they also needed to be done. So I feel like there was a dual benefit, dualistic benefit to them, meaning they needed to be done. There are these things that I have felt called to do that needed to be done. And as I did them, uh, I received the benefit of doing them so that I can now be capable of whatever's next. And I have no idea. What I want most for me this morning, what I wish most for me this morning, which isn't happening, and it's part of why I'm doing the podcast, is just to share that it's just, I don't know. It's still just me. I wish that my nervous system could truly relax. And it just doesn't remember how. I know that it knows how because we have before. There were many years where it was relaxed, but it's been many years when it hasn't been relaxed. And I was hoping that this morning it would be relaxed. And it isn't, and that's very frustrating for me. I just want all the trauma to disappear. As fast as they can call me and say, we're not doing the trial, that's how fast I want my nervous system to be able to recalibrate. Oh well. So, drinking my herbal tea. I have to go soon, so. But I just wanted to drop a quick note about the morning after and how many people have morning afters. And I'm glad I didn't sleep well and my meditation was lousy. Anyway, I ended up getting up early and I'm glad I did. So I didn't think I'd have any time to sit here and have tea before I had to get my day going, but I don't usually. I'm glad I did this morning. So it's almost Hallows Eve, Dia de Muertos, um, celebration of those who have passed. And I'm going to celebrate my mom. I'll show you a picture I printed out of her. I don't know if you can see it very well. There's my mom. So there's a celebration this evening that I'm going to go to and celebrate my mom and others who have passed, but specifically my mom. And it's amazing to me how rapidly, and I kind of sensed that it would, but how rapidly my relationship with my mom changed when she passed. I didn't have a lot to do with her when the last year when she was alive. And there was nothing in me that felt called, and something was just like, it's not yours. Just wait. It's going to be fine. And man, since she's passed, I feel like she's just it doesn't sound quite right, but in the best way, like butter on a hot scone. She is all over me, and I fucking love it. I love having her so close. She's a total badass woman. She was not the best mother, but damn it, if she is not a powerful woman. She was a powerful woman when she was alive, which doesn't always make for a great mom. But she's a powerhouse now, and I'm so glad that she's with me, and that she loves me, and also that she's forgiven me for not being the daughter that she wanted, right? Like, I didn't show up and love her unconditionally. Not at all. And so, and it's just all fine. And I love that it is. Uh, and I love having her in my corner. So I'm looking forward to celebrating her tonight. And that's a woman that could never get her nervous system to relax. Never. Um, she had her own sexual abuse as a child. Um, and so maybe the two of us together can help me get mine to relax. That would be pretty special. So, so this is for anyone out there that has a morning after. And they just need to be reminded that it's okay. It takes time. And it's just okay. It's okay not to be okay. And hard stuff happens. And it's okay to still feel the hurt. And that was honestly one of the thoughts I had when I first woke up this morning was I hurt all over. And I feel like part of me is that's been numb is and frozen is defrosting, is softening and thawing out. And in that process, I'm feeling uh, the hurt and the pain that I sort of had to freeze in order to get through this. So I think there'll be some hard moments and hard emotions of defrosting myself, unthawing myself. So warming back up to life. Warming back up to life. All right, that's it. You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.